Your Nissan can start with a completely dead key fob battery. Another hidden system gives you a factory bird's eye view of the entire car while you park. And there is a seat design inspired directly by NASA research that 99% of owners never realize they are sitting in. These are 12 secret Nissan functions only 1% of drivers actually know, and one of them transforms the way you drive forever. Number 12. Starting your Nissan with a dead key fob. Your Nissan has a hidden emergency start procedure that 99% of owners panic their way past without ever discovering. The moment your key fob battery dies, most drivers assume they are stranded. Your car has been designed from the factory to get you home anyway. Here is exactly how it works on most push-button start Rogues, Altimas, Pathfinders, Muranos, and modern Maximas. Get into the driver's seat, press and hold the brake pedal. Then take your dead intelligent key and physically press the fob itself against the start button, logo side down. Your Nissan reads the passive transponder chip embedded in the fob at extremely close range, recognizes the vehicle as yours, and starts immediately. The reason this works is built into the engineering. Your key fob contains two completely separate systems. The first is the radio transmitter that sends signals to the car from a distance, and that transmitter needs a healthy battery to function. The second is a passive RFID chip that draws power directly from your start button's induction field, meaning it works even when the fob battery is completely flat. Nissan designed this redundancy on purpose. Test the procedure once in your driveway before you actually need it. Use a rubber band to simulate a dead fob if your current battery still works, or simply hold the fob against the button exactly as described. Your Nissan starts, you drive home, and you replace the fob battery for $3 at any pharmacy. Compare that to the $200 dealer tow most stranded owners accept because nobody told them this function existed. The same fob hides a second secret most drivers never find. Number 11. The hidden emergency key inside your fob. Your Nissan Intelligent Key is not just an electronic remote. Inside the plastic housing, there is a physical metal emergency key that slides out the moment you press the correct release latch. 99% of owners have never noticed the latch, and a large percentage of them do not even know the emergency key exists. Look at your fob right now. On the back, near the Nissan logo or near the keychain attachment point, depending on model year, you will find a small slide switch or a small button. Press it or slide it while gently pulling on the opposite end of the fob. A thin chrome or steel key slides out. That key manually unlocks your driver's door when your fob battery is dead, when your car battery is weak enough that passive entry has failed, or when the electronic system refuses to respond for any other reason. Why does this matter? Because the dead fob start procedure from the last secret only works after you get inside the car. If your door will not unlock electronically, you are locked out. The emergency key bypasses every electronic handshake and opens the door the old-fashioned way. Some models hide the keyhole itself behind a small trim cap on the door handle that pops off with the tip of the emergency key. Practice this one once today, in your driveway. Pull out the emergency key, find the hidden keyhole on your driver's door. Confirm the key actually fits and turns. The 2-minute exercise saves you the panic of a stranded moment you cannot predict. Your Nissan was built with an analog backup for a reason. Number 10. The silent lock confirmation toggle. Your Nissan's horn chirp when you lock the car is not mandatory. It is a setting you can toggle off entirely, and the factory procedure takes about 4 seconds from your driveway. Most owners never discover it because the toggle is hidden inside a button combination rather than a menu. Here is the procedure that works across most modern Nissans. Stand outside your vehicle with the key fob in hand, press and hold the lock and unlock buttons at the same time for roughly 3 to 4 seconds. Your hazard lights flash to confirm the setting has changed. From that moment forward, when you press lock, your car still flashes its hazards and locks every door, but the horn stays silent. Why is this actually useful to you? Because every time your Nissan chirps, everyone within 100 yards hears it. Leaving for a 6 in the morning shift. Coming home late at night. Locking up in an apartment parking structure where sound bounces off concrete. Suburban neighborhoods where a single chirp carries across 3 backyards. Silent locking preserves peace for your family, your neighbors, and anyone trying to sleep while you move around the car. Hold the same combination again whenever you want the chirp back. The toggle reverses instantly. Some trims also let you switch from a single chirp to a double chirp or adjust the volume through Nissan Connect settings. Dealers rarely demonstrate this during delivery because it takes the car away from its factory default, and they want every feature to sound obvious during the test drive. Your fob hides one more summer secret. Number 9. Dropping every window from your key fob. Your Nissan key fob can vent your entire cabin from the driveway, and for owners in hot climates, this single feature changes your relationship with the car. The reason most drivers never use it is that Nissan buries the procedure in the owner's manual under a tiny footnote and never trains delivery teams to demonstrate it. The method on most supported Nissans, including newer Qashqai, Rogue, Altima, and Pathfinder trims, works like this. Press the unlock button once to unlock the doors normally, then press and hold the unlock button again for about 3 seconds. Your windows begin rolling down automatically. On some trims, only the front windows drop. On others, every window in the car goes down together, and on a few equipped with the panoramic roof, the sunroof opens or tilts at the same time. The practical value is enormous. On a summer afternoon, your parked Nissan cabin can climb above 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Most owners climb into that oven, turn the air conditioning to maximum, and waste fuel for 5 to 10 minutes before the temperature drops to something survivable. This trick eliminates the problem entirely. Walk from your front door, hold unlock for 3 seconds, and the superheated air escapes while you cover the last 20 feet to the driver's side. Availability varies by model, trim, and market, so confirm the exact behavior in your owner's manual. But on every Nissan that supports it, the procedure is identical, and you only need to know it exists once. What about the wipers that hide completely flat when parked? Number 8. The hidden wiper service position. Your Nissan wipers are parked below your hood line on purpose. Nissan engineers tuck the blades down under the lip of the cowl for aerodynamic efficiency and cleaner visual styling. The problem is that when you need to replace the blades, lift them off ice, or scrape frost from the windshield, the tucked position makes everything harder than it needs to be. The solution is built into the car. It is called Wiper Service Position, and activating it requires a simple sequence most owners have never tried. The typical procedure is to turn the ignition off, then within about 30 seconds, pull the wiper stalk fully downward for a quick manual wipe. Some newer models require a specific double pull or a dedicated service mode button in the menu. Either way, once activated, your wipers rotate upward to a raised service position and stay there until you manually lower them or start the car. The benefits stack up fast. In winter, you can prevent ice from damaging the wiper motor because you can lift the blades off the glass overnight. Blade replacement becomes a 2-minute job instead of a frustrating exercise in contorting around the hood edge. Frost removal becomes dramatically easier. Your blades also last longer because they stop getting frozen to the windshield every cold morning. Check your owner's manual for the exact sequence on your specific model and year. Nissan varies the procedure between Rogue, Qashqai, X-Trail, and Pathfinder generations. Once you know it, you will use it every winter, and your Nissan feels like a completely different car during the coldest months of the year. Another hidden setting quietly manages your brakes for you. Number 7. Automatic brake. Hold that remembers its last setting. Your Nissan automatic brake hold is already one of the most useful traffic features you own, but the hidden detail that 99% of drivers miss is how it saves its own state. On several newer Nissan models, including the latest X-Trail and select Rogue and EERSTE trims, the system retains its last setting even after you turn the ignition off. If you enabled it at the end of yesterday's commute, it is still enabled this morning without you touching a button. How does automatic brake hold actually work? When you come to a complete stop in traffic, the system continues holding your brakes for you automatically, even after you lift your foot off the pedal. You can relax your leg, stretch, adjust your seat, or simply rest until traffic starts moving again. The moment you touch the accelerator, the brakes release and you move off normally. The system lets you focus on comfort while it does the hold. On older systems, every driver assumed they had to re-enable the feature every single time they started the car. That assumption wasted a button press at the start of every trip, and many drivers simply stopped using the feature as a result. The newer memory behavior eliminates the annoyance entirely. Enable it once, forget about it, and your Nissan holds your car at every red light for the life of the vehicle. Check whether your specific Nissan supports the memory function by looking in the brake hold section of your owner's manual. If it does, the feature silently improves your daily commute in ways you never have to think about again. That is the hallmark of real luxury engineering. Number 6. ProPilot Assist behaviors you never use. Your Nissan ProPilot Assist is not just adaptive cruise control, it is a complete driver assistance system with specific behaviors most owners never activate, and using it correctly makes long highway driving feel dramatically less tiring. Here is what ProPilot actually does when you fully engage it. The system combines intelligent cruise control with active lane centering, meaning it both maintains distance from the car ahead and keeps you centered in your lane using steering input. On clear highway lane markings, your Nissan steers gently through long curves on its own while you supervise. The system monitors your hands on the wheel and warns you if you stay hands-off for too long. The hidden behavior most drivers miss is how it handles lane changes. When you signal a lane change while ProPilot is active, the system temporarily relaxes its lane-centering grip, lets you cross the line cleanly, and then recenters in your new lane automatically. No fighting the steering wheel, no disengaging and re-engaging. Most owners think their system is broken or inconsistent because they never tested this behavior and assume ProPilot would resist their intentional steering. The system also has specific requirements most owners never learn. Visible lane markings on both sides, clean front camera and radar sensors, dry weather without heavy rain or snow. Highway speeds above roughly 25 miles per hour depending on your trim. When those conditions are met, ProPilot delivers a driving experience that feels genuinely next generation. When they are not, the system disengages or refuses to activate, and most owners blame the car rather than the conditions. Read your ProPilot section once. Learn the limitations. Then use it every time you drive highway miles. You paid thousands of dollars for that technology. Your dealer almost never explained it during delivery. Number 5. The Around View Monitor views nobody uses. Your Nissan Around View Monitor is far more than a backup camera. On equipped Rogue, Murano, Pathfinder, and Armada trims, the system uses 4 wide-angle cameras to generate a composite bird's-eye view of the entire vehicle, and it offers multiple hidden camera perspectives most owners never discover. The obvious view is the overhead 360-degree shot you see automatically in reverse. That is only one mode. By pressing the Around View button on the dashboard or touchscreen, you can cycle through split-screen front views that show both front corners of the bumper, side views showing exactly where your curbside wheel is, and on some newer models, an invisible hood view that effectively makes the front of your Nissan transparent on screen, letting you see the road directly in front of your tires while parking or crawling over obstacles. The practical value for everyday driving is enormous. Parallel parking becomes effortless because you can watch your rear tire slide into the gap from directly above. Pulling into tight garages stops being stressful because you can see both sides of the vehicle simultaneously. Navigating narrow driveways, approaching curbs with expensive wheels, and positioning yourself in crowded parking lots all become problem-free. The moving object detection inside the system even flashes warnings when pedestrians, shopping carts, or bicycles cross behind or alongside the car. Spend 10 minutes practicing the mode changes in an empty parking lot this weekend. Learn which view appears when you press the button multiple times. Configure the default view to match your most common parking situation. You turn a premium feature you already paid for into a genuine confidence upgrade every single time you reverse. Even deeper secrets live inside your infotainment system. If you enjoy this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Number 4. The hidden Nissan Connect diagnostic menu. Your Nissan infotainment system hides a diagnostic screen that your technician uses to check the car before charging you $150 for the privilege. The menu is called the Service or Engineering mode, and it has been documented consistently across Nissan Connect units on Qashqai, Rogue, Altima, and related Nissan models. The access method varies slightly between model years, but the general approach involves a specific combination of soft button presses, a press and hold on one of the menu tiles, or a sequence entered through the rotary dial while the system is in a particular state. Once open, the diagnostic menu displays software version numbers, module status reports, speaker test functions, display test patterns, GPS signal quality, radio signal quality, and dozens of individual sensor readouts from across the car. Why does this matter to you? Because you can open the menu the moment any warning appears, verify whether a sensor is genuinely faulted or simply misreading, and confirm the health of major systems without setting foot in a dealership. For used car shoppers, pulling up the service menu during a test drive reveals which modules have logged faults, whether any diagnostic codes have been cleared recently, and whether the seller is hiding issues behind a scrubbed dashboard. There is one serious caution. Do not change settings inside this menu unless you know exactly what a specific parameter does. Some entries affect camera calibration, steering angle centering, or audio processing, and changing them randomly can degrade or disable features you actually use. Read the menu, do not edit it carelessly. Look up the exact entry sequence for your specific model and year before attempting it, and treat the discovery as an inspection tool rather than a tuning tool. Number 3. Zero gravity seats, inspired by NASA research. Your Nissan seats are not just seats. They are the product of a multi-year engineering study into neutral posture seating inspired directly by research conducted on astronauts in zero-gravity environments, and Nissan refers to them officially as zero-gravity seats on supported models. The concept started with a simple observation. When a human body floats in weightlessness with no forces pushing against the spine, the posture it naturally settles into is the one that places the least stress on the lower back, the hips, and the shoulders. Nissan engineers measured that neutral posture in detail and designed a seat that mimics it inside a car, distributing pressure evenly, supporting the spine from pelvis to neck, and dramatically reducing fatigue over long drives. Why does this matter for your daily life? Because fatigue behind the wheel is a genuine safety issue. A driver who arrives at a meeting or at the end of a long road trip physically exhausted is not the same driver who started the journey. Zero-gravity seats reduce that fatigue measurably. They also reduce lower back pain for owners with existing spine issues, and they improve concentration by keeping your body in a posture that does not demand constant micro-adjustments while driving. This is the single feature on this entire countdown that works for you, whether you know about it or not. You are already benefiting from the engineering every time you drive, but understanding what you are sitting on changes how you evaluate your car. Your Nissan is more than a collection of features. It is a long-haul vehicle built around the biomechanics of the human body, designed by engineers who studied literal astronauts to make your commute less tiring. One driving mode on your Nissan EV does it all. Number 2. E-pedal one-pedal driving on your Leaf or Ariya. If you drive a Nissan Leaf or Ariya, your car has a hidden driving mode that eliminates 90% of your brake pedal use and changes the feel of the car permanently. The feature is called e-pedal, and on supported trims it is activated by a single dedicated switch on the center console that most owners glance at once during delivery and never touch again. Here is what e-pedal actually does when engaged. The moment you lift your foot off the accelerator, your electric motor reverses its role and becomes a generator, using the car's kinetic energy to recharge your battery while simultaneously slowing the car aggressively. Lift off completely at 30 miles per hour and your Leaf decelerates as if you had firmly pressed the brake pedal. On most Nissan electric vehicle trims, e-pedal mode slows the car all the way down to a near stop without you ever touching the brake. The practical benefits are everywhere. Stop-and-go city traffic becomes effortless because you stop swapping between two pedals dozens of times per hour. Your range improves noticeably because every deceleration puts energy back into the battery instead of wasting it as heat through your brake pads. Your brake components last dramatically longer, reducing long-term maintenance costs by hundreds of dollars over the life of the car. Adapt gradually. Most new e-pedal drivers overslow the car in the first week as they adjust to the aggressive regenerative braking. Within a few days, the new muscle memory takes over and normal driving feels clumsy by comparison. If you have an electric Nissan and you have never tried e-pedal mode, you are driving a different car than the one your engineers built, saving the most advanced Nissan secret for last. Number 1. The hands-off highway system hiding in your Nissan. The most advanced secret in your Nissan is a driver assistance capability that 99% of owners do not realize their car is capable of. It is called ProPilot 2.0 on global models and ProPilot Assist 2.1 on supported North American trims. On compatible highways, it allows hands-off, feet-off single-lane driving, with the car steering, accelerating, braking, and even initiating lane changes on your behalf. Here is how the system actually works. Using a combination of forward cameras, radar sensors, and three-dimensional high-definition map data, ProPilot 2.0 understands exactly which highway you are on, which lane you are in, and what the road does for miles ahead. On designated highways marked in the system's map database, the car will drive itself within your lane, hold you at your set speed, maintain distance from the vehicle ahead, and when the driver taps the turn signal, safely execute a lane change to pass slower traffic or prepare for an upcoming exit. The critical distinction you must understand is that this is assistance, not full autonomy. You remain responsible for the car. You must keep your eyes on the road at all times, and the system monitors your attention through a driver-facing camera. The moment you look away for too long, or the car leaves a compatible stretch of highway, the system disengages and returns control to you with clear warnings. What you paid for here is genuinely remarkable. A highway system that can relieve the physical burden of steering on long commutes, reduce the cognitive fatigue of 1,000-mile road trips, and preview the direction every vehicle on the road is heading. Read your ProPilot 2.0 or 2.1 manual in full. Identify which highways in your region support the system. Use it the way Nissan's engineers intended. You are driving one of the most advanced production cars ever built, and 99% of owners never open the door to what it can actually do. Across all 12 secrets, one pattern is impossible to miss. Your Nissan is far more capable than your dealer ever revealed during delivery. Every hidden menu, every key fob shortcut, every factory assistance system exists for one reason. The engineers trusted you to use them. None of this is marketing trivia. Every one of these features makes your car safer, more convenient, more efficient, or more enjoyable to own. Now you know what they never bothered to tell you. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button. I will see you all in the next one.